The top stories: Barbados on EU tax blacklist, 13 workers dismissed at the IDC, and a third foreign company submits license application. Welcome to Nation News for Wednesday, June the 17th, 2015. The European Union has published its first blacklist of international tax havens, and Barbados is among the 30 cited countries. So too are 12 other Caribbean nations and Bermuda, but Switzerland is not. It is all part of a naming and shaming that's intended to put pressure on European companies, which the EU claims use offshore financial centers like this country to avoid paying trillions of dollars in taxes at home. Barbados has always denied it is a tax haven, arguing that it is a transparent and well-regulated center, and this latest development will likely be considered somewhat of a blow in international business circles. The countries on the blacklist have been deemed non-cooperative, and the European Commission wants member states to start monitoring them and work on an EU-wide approach to deal with them. A day after 19 went home from light and power, the IDC, the Investment and Development Corporation, has terminated 13 employees. One worker is reported to have collapsed when she heard the news and had to be taken to hospital. Layoffs at the IDC have been in the works for some time, and the confirmation came on the eve of a scheduled meeting between staff and union representatives. NUPW President Akani McDowell has expressed disappointment with the development and said the union's General Council will meet to discuss it. The debate on the national budget is into its final hours in the House of Assembly. Opposition leader Mia Mottley got the process underway on Tuesday night with a veritable scandal-tinged presentation. Spending only about 90 minutes on the actual content of the budget, Ms. Mottley used the majority of her allotted 4 hours or so to question a number of government decisions. Among them was the agreement with Cahill Energy to build a waste-to-energy plant costing hundreds of millions of dollars. Ms. Mottley told the House the company had never built a plant of that scale anywhere in the world, and it was locked into a 30-year agreement inked by 4 ministers that allegedly guaranteed more than $1 billion in earnings. She also claimed that local company Piconco Limited had built homes at Valerie, that's in Britons Hill, and the Grotto, which is nearby, at $500 per square foot, when, in her view, they should have cost only $200. The central bank governor, Delal Warrell, was also in receipt of some verbal missiles from the opposition leader. A magistrate has been defending the court's decision to impose community service orders on some offenders as an alternative to jail. Speaking during a seminar on the subject, Magistrate Graveney Bannister insisted that community service is in itself a stiff sentence.
Even though one is not incarcerated, they are afforded the opportunity to give back to the community and to be rehabilitated. And when I talk about giving back, it is working without pay. It also affords the opportunity to inculcate values of being punctual, turning up on time. Some of the community service workers have told me time and time again that sleeping until a certain hour is over when they're serving community service. Community service involves supervision by hard-working community service officers for the probation department. So it's not a cakewalk.
A third telecoms player has applied to enter the market to rival Cable and Wireless and Digicel. Government's Chief Telecommunications Officer Reginald Bourne, who confirmed the application, said the technical competence and integrity of the company had to be vetted before they could be allowed to operate. Mr. Bourne was speaking on Tuesday as Digicel launched its fixed landline and hosted PBX services. Bay Primary has become the first school to receive a rainwater capture tank under a Caribbean Entrepreneurship and Agriculture program. The tank will be used to irrigate the school's garden. 29 other schools are involved in the program, And project director Marsha Ann Clark said their produce is sold to communities, parents, supermarkets and hotels. What can't be sold is given away.
When you look at reducing the food bill, any community member that you're giving produce to, that's less money that they then have to spend to buy produce, and they're eating healthy. So a number of students have started kitchen gardens, which is another big result that we're very happy with. So they're taking it home, they're asking for seedlings, and they're continuing to grow their gardens.
The young Calypsonians at Parkinson Memorial School will be competing for the Kaizo in the Pine Crown again this year. Principal Jeff Brooms says the June 26 event will raise funds for the school's music department and the Benevolent Fund, which provides breakfast and lunch for students.
Every child that comes to the school should feel comfortable and feel that his or her needs are being looked after. No one should spend a day at the school hungry. So we establish programs, and we look for ways and means to raise some funds to do that.
In sport, Leicester Vaughan are the new champions of the Barbados Secondary Schools Netball League Under 13 competition. Leicester Vaughan defeated Corrigan Parry 9-7 in the final. On Thursday, Sprayer and Spongdation will meet for the Under 15 title at the Netball Stadium. And finally, sex toys account for almost a third of all things left in hotel rooms, according to a British survey. Andrea Tarpey from laterooms.com, who carried out the survey, said they fully expected smartphones, laptops and chargers to top their list, but were really surprised by some of the more unusual items left by guests, especially abandoned sex toys, including, it says here, plastic penises. That's really plaster cast penises. Very hard stuff. Some of the items are returned, but I can't think they would return those toys. And that's Nation News for Wednesday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Thursday or subscribe to our e-paper.